What do a Soviet-era Lada, a $70 million Ferrari, and a six-wheeled F1 car have in common? They're all parked in the garages of Formula One legends. Today, we're not just talking about what these drivers do on track. We're diving headfirst into their insane car collections, from vintage icons to hypercars that cost more than your house. Kimi Räikkönen. Kimi might be famously cold on the radio, but his garage has some serious warmth. On one end, a sentimental Lada, a shout-out to his Finnish roots. On the other, a Ferrari Enzo. That's right, one of just 400 ever made, pushing 651 horsepower with a value north of $3 million. Sentimental special. First up is a Soviet-era Lada. Yup, the same boxy beast your great uncle might have abandoned in a snowy driveway. Kimi calls it emotionally priceless, proof that even the Iceman has a warm, nostalgic side. Wallet melter. On the other end of his garage sits a Ferrari Enzo. Only 400 exist, and auction prices hover around $3 to $5 million. Powered by a 6-litre V12, it rockets to 217 miles per hour, ideal for those last-minute ice cream runs in Espoo. The Iceman's duality: Soviet box on weekdays, Italian missile on weekends. Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc treats Maranello's finest like Pokemon cards, gotta catch 'em all. Ferrari 812 Competizione Aperta. This is Ferrari's V12 masterpiece turned all the way up, the 812. Competizione Aperta is a limited edition, open-top Targa version of the already insane 812 Superfast. Under the hood, an 830 horsepower, naturally aspirated 6.5-litre V12 that revs all the way to 9,500 RPM. One of the highest revving Ferrari engines ever built. It's a symphony of speed, with brutal acceleration, razor-sharp handling, and a soundtrack that could make even a lifelong V8 fan switch allegiance. Ferrari Puro Sangue. Yes, it's an SUV, but it's a Ferrari first. The Puro Sangue, Italian for thoroughbred, packs a 715 horsepower V12 up front and a cleverly tuned suspension that lets it handle like a sports car, even with 4 seats and a rear hatch. Built to take on rivals like the Lamborghini Urus and Aston Martin DBX, the Puro Sangue still feels unmistakably Ferrari. It's for when you want to go 190 miles per hour with luggage and friends. Crown Jewel, a custom Ferrari Daytona SP3, price tag approximately $2.2 million. Only 599 exist, and Charles's version features his racing number and signature stitched into the cabin. Think of it as a personalized Louis Vuitton bag, except it does 211 miles per hour and costs the same as an entire neighborhood. Charles walks into the Ferrari configurator like a kid in a candy store, then signs the dash so everyone remembers whose candy it is. Jody Scheckter. Jumping back to 1979, world champion Jody Scheckter. Forget Ferraris for a second. This legend owns a Tyrrell P34, the infamous 6-wheeled F1 car. Valued at around $500,000, it looks like someone accidentally photoshopped 2 extra front wheels. But nope, that's factory spec. Lando Norris. Moving to meme king Lando Norris, who collects cars the way we collect sneakers. McLaren 765 LT Spider. Packing 755 horsepower and weighing less than 3,000 pounds, the 765 LT Spider is a track weapon in a convertible suit. It's the lighter, meaner sibling of the McLaren 720S, featuring extreme aero upgrades, a titanium exhaust, and active spoilers that adjust mid-corner. Lando Norris calls it his daily motivation, and it's easy to see why. This thing delivers a race day thrills with roof-down style. Ferrari F40. The Ferrari F40 is peak old-school cool. A twin-turbo V8 with absolutely zero driver aids and a body made of Kevlar, carbon fibre and raw attitude. Produced to celebrate Ferrari's 40th anniversary, It was the last car Enzo Ferrari personally signed off on before his death. Flip-up headlights, massive rear wing, and that red paint? It's the ultimate 90s poster car brought to life. Porsche Carrera GT. This Porsche is famous not just for its rarity, but for its borderline scary performance. Under the hood, or rather behind the driver, sits a race-derived 5.7-litre V10 that revs to 8,400 RPM. It's paired with a 6-speed manual gearbox and a clutch that's legendary for its difficulty and its precision. No paddles, no nonsense, just pure mechanical thrill in a carbon fibre tub. Lamborghini Miura. Widely regarded as the world's first true supercar, the Miura broke all the rules in the 1960s with its mid-engine layout and sculpted curves. Powered by a transversely mounted V12, it not only looked like a spaceship in its time, it drove like one too. Valued around $5 million today, it's still one of the most beautiful cars ever made. And yes, those long, fluttery eyelashes around the headlights? Absolute chef's kiss. Lando's garage is basically a history lesson in supercar evolution, with him grinning like a child in every photo. Lewis Hamilton, 7-time champ. Lewis Hamilton has a garage that's basically the automotive Avengers. LaFerrari. Ferrari's 949 horsepower hybrid masterpiece, the LaFerrari combines a 6.3-litre V12 engine with an F1-style KERS system. It rockets from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds and tops out around 217 miles per hour. Hamilton calls it Kers for the road, and it's one of the few cars that merges cutting-edge hybrid tech with Ferrari's raw, emotional driving experience. Shelby Cobra 427. A brutally powerful American classic from the 1960s, the Cobra 427 features a big block V8 and weighs just over 2,300 pounds, meaning it's as terrifying as it is exhilarating. Hamilton's version sports iconic side exit exhausts that spit flames and heat, giving it a raw analog feel modern cars just can't replicate. It's the kind of machine you feel in your chest before you even start it. Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG Black Series. This limited edition beast takes the already wild SLS AMG and dials everything up, with a naturally aspirated 6.2-litre V8 revving to 8,000 RPM, carbon fibre everywhere and a Nürburgring lap time to back up its aggressive looks. It's one of AMG's purest expressions of performance. The signature gull-wing doors are a nod to Mercedes' heritage, while the track-focused chassis shows Hamilton's taste for serious drivers' cars. McLaren F1, the crown jewel. Valued at over $20 million, the McLaren F1 is widely considered one of the greatest road cars ever built. It features a naturally aspirated 6.1-litre BMW V12, gold-lined engine bay, and a unique centre seat driving position flanked by 2 passenger seats. Only 106 were ever made. Hamilton has said he fell in love with it playing PlayStation as a kid. Now he owns the poster car in real life. It's the centerpiece of his collection and an icon of automotive engineering. One-off Pagani Zonda 760LH. Commissioned specifically for Hamilton, this one-of-a-kind Zonda is finished in exposed purple carbon fibre with custom badging and interior touches. It's powered by a screaming 7.3-litre naturally aspirated V12 paired with a manual transmission, because Lewis insisted on it. The car is infamous for its rawness, brutal sound and sheer rarity. Pagani never built another like it. It's loud, extreme and unapologetically personal, just like the man himself. Crown jewel, the McLaren F1. Value approximately $20 million and rising. Only 106 were built, featuring a 6.1-litre BMW V12 and a centre seat driving position that screams 1990s sci-fi. Lewis says he fell in love with the car as a kid playing PlayStation. Now he literally has the poster car in real life. Flex level 10,000. Hamilton mixes modern hyperhybrids with old-school classics, reminding us you can enjoy a 217-mile-per-hour LaFerrari and a 60-year-old Cobra on the same Sunday. Lance and Lawrence Stroll. Time to address the Stroll elephant, or should we say prancing horse, in the room. Billionaire dad Lawrence Stroll and son Lance don't just own Ferraris, they collect the holy grails. Ferrari 250 GTO, approximately $70 million. Only 36 ever built, and rumour says Enzo Ferrari personally vetted buyers. These days, owning one is like having a Da Vinci painting, but louder. Ferrari 330 P4, approximately $50 million. A V12 endurance icon that once battled Ford GT40s at Le Mans. The Strolls collection is a rolling museum, except rather than velvet ropes, you get a 450 horsepower soundtrack from the 1960s. From Soviet classics to Italian unicorns, these garages reflect everything we love about F1 drivers: personality, precision and power, even when they're not in the paddock. So, what would you take for a spin? Kimi's Lada for the irony? Hamilton's McLaren F1 for the bragging rights? Or the Stroll's $70 million Ferrari just to say you touched it? Let us know in the comments. And for more stories that take you behind the grid, check out our next video.